of books I've been reading. I can't even count anymore. It just gets kind of interesting the more books you read, especially if you take the books and you stack them together in categories of knowledge. A great book to read, and for that matter, a great category to read, is history. Will Durant's Civilization. There's like 7 books. They're all about 140 hours to read. Kid you not. You probably want to get an audiobook. High speed that shit. Because you just got to keep reading. Anyways, in it you just start to see throughout history there's always been somebody who wants to rewrite things to their favor. In the Roman Catholic Church, they rewrote paganistic rituals to their favor, to get those who believed in the paganism to come over to their favor, their side. Well, laws are like that, nations are like that. They rewrite rules sometimes to favor another group of people, or to favor new legislation. Really interesting. I met a gal recently. Her job was to write legislation for the British Parliament. She was about to get promoted to a director level when she decided she couldn't do that job anymore. She quit. Everyone's like, how are you gonna quit? You're ready for the next level. Well, the reason she quit is that the current administration of her nation was asking her to rewrite legislation and policy, specifically policy, an interpretation of policy to fit their narrative. If you're out there thinking that no one would ever do that, not going to be reality for you for very long. Let me tell you something. All throughout history, people like to rewrite history to fit their story. For instance, the founder of Spartan race, one of the founders. There was 2, Joe and Andy. Well, something happened with Joe and Andy. I think it revolved around investors giving money and Andy not having a paper contract. And so they said, Joe, you gotta fuck Andy. So Andy got fucked. And what did they do? They went through all of the content they could find and wrote Andy out of the story. They wrote him out of the narrative of the founding of Spartan race. Revisionist history, it's called. But this happens all throughout history. People are always rewriting the story to make it work for their needs. Like when you're a little kid and you're playing a game and one of the kids you're playing with isn't winning. So suddenly he comes up with, or she comes up with a new rule. No, you're not winning because this rule. That's like the economic crisis in America in 2008. A bunch of banks wrote a bunch of checks that they couldn't cash. They were bad checks. They made bad bets, and somehow we as a nation got stuck with these bad loans. We had to bail them out. Well, it's not that we had to. It's that the banking system of the world, the financial powers of the world, and the energy powers of the world have us by the balls, people. By the fucking cojones. And when things didn't work out in their favor, they decided to rewrite the rules in their favor. Not possible, right? It's not plausible that somebody would reconstruct and re-architect reality in a way so that it worked out for them. Or is it? That's why you have to read history books. Things that are written down, not on the internet, not on somebody's YouTube video, not some shitty media contact who's telling you, hey, this is what's going on. You have to read history for yourselves, from scholars. They don't always take sides. Can't always say that either. But read history books. Read more than one. Don't take my word for this. Come to your own conclusion. Find your own information. Read a fucking book, America. So yeah, so when you're a kid and you're playing a game and some kid's not winning and they rewrite the rules for themselves, that shit is super lame. Don't fucking play with those people. Yet those people are not only the people we elect, they're the people that bribe the people we elect. They're the corporations that bribe the nations. This is going on around us everywhere. Here's the little hidden secret. You own this. All of this is yours. Nobody wants you to know that. Nobody wants you or all of you to know that you own this. What if the air, the sea, the soil, the underground oil was yours? What if you don't need representation? Maybe you like it because you don't want to think about it, but you don't need it. What if you could take the tools of technology, like a phone, and vote? Beep. What if it's time to get rid of the middlemen? What if?